With the new school year underway, parents are hoping for a successful start for their kids. But social issues surrounding gender identity, porn, and other challenges threaten that success. And many of these dangers were once hidden, but are now presented proudly out in the open. Dr. Danny Huerta is Vice President of Parenting and Youth at Focus on the Family, and he joins us now with ways to navigate these challenging times while giving kids the tools they need to overcome. Dr. Huerta, thank you so much for joining us on the Prayer Link today.
Hey, it's an honor and a privilege to be with you today. Thank you.
First of all, what are some of these social issues that parents really need to be aware of right now as their kids are starting this new school year?
Well, really, one of them is the sexuality topic you just talked about, the pornography, LGBTQ conversations that are going around. Also, just on worldviews, multiple worldviews being talked through and talked about. If you look at also the addiction component from drugs to tech addictions to video game addictions that are really needing to be addressed and sometimes are ignored. And then when we look at just mental health in general, anxiety, depression, panic disorder has gone up among kids that I've seen in my practice and throughout. And I know that right now many counselors have long waiting lists already, and the school year has just started. So a lot of challenges are coming at parents, and that's on top of chores, dishes, trying to conquer the house and take care of pets in the home and finances. It's really can be a stressful season for parents and families as they try to navigate the many demands that are on the family and the opportunities that sometimes are missed for conversations.
Well, your response, first of all, is what we want to get your response to this whole cultural shift that we're seeing with regard to gender identity and trans issues. What's your response to that?
Well, I mean, a key word that I heard throughout the show was momentum, right? There's a momentum shift. And right now, once you remove God from the centerpiece of a society, you begin to look at the next God in there, and that is just human beings in general. And so when you remove God, there's confusion, there's chaos, and right now it really saddens me to watch counselors and others really push kids towards deciding psychologically their gender. It's really a place that for me is a bit frustrating as a clinical social worker to see the push either way in politics coming into a place where it doesn't need to be. But really, from the belief of where we're at as Christians, we really come with a grace perspective.
Well, I want to also get your take on how parents right now should begin talking with their children about this, especially when, so many young people right now identify as gay or trans. So how should parents approach this conversation?
Yeah, first of all, just listening first. You want to step in, listen to your kids. What are they hearing? What are they seeing? What are their worldviews on it? And then stepping into that from a biblical truth, starting with the beginning of male, female. What is the difference between male, female? How did we start with that in Scripture? And then from there, starting to have just open conversations, dialogue. That's the important part. You're not going to solve that in one conversation, but you want to bring truth and you want to talk about the values of your home and where you're coming from and being very open with that. But again, with grace and understanding as you step into that. And then also looking at the resource. We have one here at Focus on the Family called Back to School. It's a free download that you can get. You can go to focusonparenting.com. Right on the front page, there's a very large download you can get, and you can look at all the different issues right now around this topic and also just sex education in general. And so as parents, really encourage you to step into the sex education place.
And Dr. Huerta, we know that pornography and other addictions like tech addiction, the kids are on their phones constantly. It's a huge trap for our young people. What can parents do to censor this, help their kids navigate and safeguard them from all of this addiction that we're seeing?
Yeah, be intentional.
Spiritually.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Both things. One is to put boundaries and limits and not be afraid to do so. You're not here to make your kids happy. You're here to guide them and then enjoy happiness along the way. And that can include boundaries and limits. That brings really good connection and attachment. And so one software that I've seen out there is Canopy. It has artificial intelligence, and it helps filter out pictures as they come in, and that's within Instagram, TikTok, and all those where you can accidentally run into pictures, and also put some software. There are a lot of protections that you can find online. Make sure you're putting those on the computers and devices. Have conversations about the limits and the necessity to have limits on those, including bedtime, the car, meal times, and then modeling it as a parent that it's good to have limits.
Oh, I like that. Modeling it for our children, and also the power of prayer. Can't
Yes.
overemphasize the power of prayer, praying for our children. Dr. Huerta, thank you so much for joining us today. God bless you.